right, welcome everyone to Art Battle in Johannesburg, South Africa. This is our first event there, and we are super excited to be working with all of these awesome artists and this great team today. So you are in for a treat with some awesome art in Johannesburg. We are starting off with round number 1. These artists will have 20 minutes on the clock to battle a blank canvas and each other in an effort to get your votes. You will be voting forward the best artists from this round, so make sure that you get registered at artbattle.com/vote. 20 minutes on the clock for these artists. Here we are with Monique van Wyk. Monique is really well known for creating all of these different types of murals. So she's a really versatile artist who often works in airbrush, and today it looks like she's starting off her painting with a little bit of sketchwork and charcoal.
What's the inspiration again? Baby, you've got 20 minutes. Let's get it. Let's get it. I see you. Hey. It's happening.
Okay, back with Monique here. Pretty funny that she's got her shirt hanging off of the back of the canvas. I wonder if that's to combat the sun shining through the back, probably. And here we are. This artist looks like possibly creating a landscape. It looks like we're seeing him roughing in some buildings here. And now with this artist, I believe all right, and we are seeing this artist working on a sketch portrait. This is Leigh Le Roux, I believe, who creates really contemplative illustrations. And here we are back with Monique. And Monique is working on creating a portrait in charcoal, and looks like the top portion of the portrait's face is obscured. Really interesting technique here from her. It's always a little bit of a challenge working in Art Battle with dry media. such as charcoal, because the audience kind of penalizes you a little bit as the rest of the artists are working in paint. So they really perceive artists who are working in dry media as being more drawing based. So we'll see if Monique brings in some paint into her composition. And I believe that this is Roxanne Skeet. And it looks like we've got, it's quite abstracted at this point just because there's no head on top, but I believe that that is a craning neck and shoulders, a nice, beautiful, long neck. And Roxanne is really well known for creating these figures that are super emotional and kind of emerging from these abstracted backgrounds. And here we are with Micheal Selekane. Micheal Selekane is known for creating fairly expressionist works, often, again, with dry media. And I believe that we're seeing him using a combination of pastel and paint in that piece. And here we are with Kirsty Becker. And Kirsty is really well known for doing animals, most often in watercolor. And we're seeing her using acrylic paint here to get this beautiful flower and bird, but she's using it in a very watered down way. So very reminiscent of the watercolor that she's used to using in her studio. And here we are with Dumisani Jere. And really interested to see what he does here. His work was one that absolutely stood out to me from the lineup of artists that we have today. Dumisani is known for using Afrocentric, traditional subject matter and executing it with a contemporary alternative edge. Here we are with Leigh Le Roux, a very illustrative artist. It looks like he is working in paint marker. Not quite able to make out yet what this is going to be, but again, we are only 8 minutes elapsed. We have 12 minutes and 30 seconds on the timer. And back with Monique here. I believe that this is an astronaut. Very cool. We were wondering why the eyes were obscured, and I think it's the reflection in the glass of the helmet of this astronaut. And wow, now we're seeing Monique applying some gold leaf into this reflection. I gotta say, I did not see this coming. Really innovative techniques from Monique here. She's just doing a great job, and I'm sure that the crowd is really excited about this technique here. Here we are back with Roxanne Skeet. Very monochrome portrait thus far. We're seeing her working in these quite careful tones. And just starting to see the beginnings of the bottom of the face emerging. And back with Micheal here. Loving the painterly quality of this landscape so far. Good grounding and weight with the darker color in the foreground of the canvas. And then we have these super vibrant buildings, especially loving those turquoise doors. And with Kirsty Becker here, she just looks like she's having so much fun painting too. Always love seeing that at Art Battle. It can be a really intense experience. So seeing an artist that is painting really joyfully often connects really well with the audience. They feel included in the energy of the piece. Okay, I'm back with Dumisani. And it looks like we are seeing a hand reaching towards a very stylized apple. An interesting approach. I wonder what the underlying theme is behind this piece. And we have Leigh Le Roux here. Starting to see this illustration coming together. It was fairly abstracted last time we were around this easel, and now we are seeing it really coming together. And of course, Monique van Wyk with her super exciting use of gold leaf here. And we're seeing it very loosely applied and left on the canvas here. I'm wondering whether or not Monique will be tidying that up and brushing away the excess. Likely that she's giving it an opportunity to adhere properly before wiping it away. Gold leaf is so fragile that even the wind could just take it away. So definitely a risky move in an outdoor competition for sure. Back with Roxanne Skeet here. Looks like she's just refining the lips. Roxanne being known for creating portraits that are kind of emerging from these abstracted environments. I'm wondering what her plan is for the top of the face. Getting a nice view here of Micheal Selekane's work, really enjoying the drip work, and very carefully and very quickly put in that sky, that beautiful sky blue in the top portion of the canvas. Usually we would see that as something that would be executed in the first few minutes, so it's kind of a nice surprise seeing him adding that into the composition about halfway through the competition. We have 8 minutes left on the clock. These artists only have 8 minutes left on the clock. Back here with Roxanne Skeet, and we are seeing her adding in just a bit of a tinted neutral, like an unbleached titanium color there. And here with Kirsty Becker. So now is your opportunity to start voting. Part of Art Battle is the audience's participation in the selection of the winning artists. So today we have 12 total artists that will be competing. Here we are in round number 1 with the first 6 artists. And they have just about 8 minutes remaining on the clock. The top 2 artists from this round and the top 2 artists from the next 6 competing in round number 2 will move on to a final round where they will show down and compete once again with another 20 minutes on the clock, and a single winner will be crowned. Wow, great job from Monique here. Again, with that super careful application of the gold leaf. Looks like she has brushed it away, and is underneath is revealed 2 golden letters, 42. Back with Roxanne Skeet now. And here we are with Kirsty Becker, and Kirsty is lifting her canvas and spinning it around, getting those directional drips. And now we can see that Roxanne is using a paint marker in here now to really refine her piece, getting in those details. Also really enjoying what I believe is pastel that's coming off. The abstracted elements of this piece are so nice. And another bit of gold usage here, this time a gold paint marker. The artists in round number 1 are loving gold. We have Kirsty Becker with the gold paint marker and Monique with the gold leaf, of course. And Dumisani here, adding some abstracted elements to this hand and apple piece. And here we are with Leigh, and Leigh has really brought this piece together so wonderfully and just created this character that is very recognizable now at this point. Wow, such a unique execution technique from Monique with the use of this gold leaf, and now it looks like she's gone over top of it with paint. And not only was it a reflection in the glass of this helmet of this astronaut, but now we're seeing that it's actually a koi fish. Very cool. I can't say that I've ever seen anything like that at Art Battle. Very, very awesome. So these artists are not only battling the clock and each other, but they're also battling the sun. The sun has got to be doing some interesting things to the way that the paint is setting. I'm sure that it is drying a little bit quicker than these artists are used to, maybe a little bit faster than anything that they'd practiced in the 20 minutes in their studios. So always different challenging elements at Art Battle, but always a competition of creativity and courage. And within that competition, we ask you to vote. So head over to artbattle.com/vote, where you will be choosing your favorite artist from this round. The top 2 artists, as chosen, as voted by the audience, will move forward into a final round. So make sure that you are not only voting for the piece that you like the best, but the artists that you're really interested in and you want to see more of them. You want to see them paint again. You're interested in the techniques that they're using, and you want to see more performance from that artist. Oh, here is our moment with Roxanne abstracting and obscuring the top of the head of her portrait there. Wow, really vibrant composition from Micheal here. And the gold, I feel, just adds so much to Kirsty's piece. We have about 3 minutes remaining on the clock. These artists have been painting for 17 minutes. The final seconds are starting to count down, and these artists are rushing to make their final decisions, really reflecting on their time management throughout this competition so far. They're thinking like, oh, maybe I should have been faster at this, or maybe I need to slow down and stretch out the last 3 minutes. Something that often isn't considered in Art Battle is that an artist can very easily end up overpainting a piece in 20 minutes. So you also need to be careful of that. We can see Leigh going in now with some white paint marker, just adding in those highlights to this illustrative character. Very true to Leigh's studio style. And we can see Monique has gold leaf stuck to her finger there. I know whenever I work with gold leaf, it gets absolutely everywhere. The final few seconds starting to count down. For these artists in Art Battle Johannesburg. First time event, so all of these artists are brand new to Art Battle. Of course, they are already artists in their own right. The way that they have gotten into this competition is by applying online at artbattle.com. So if you are an artist out there in the audience, we would love to see your work, and maybe perhaps we'll end up seeing you on the live stream painting in Art Battle. So make sure that you share your work with us. We have Art Battle events all over the world. Wow, loving this super vibrant green here from Roxanne. The rest of her composition is very neutral, very monochromatic. So this burst of green across the eyes of her piece is just wonderful. And we're seeing her actually working on the ground, spattering with paint and water, and now lifting this piece back onto her easel. The drips will continue to run down and are just really doing a great job of creating some directionality and harmony. 1 minute remaining on the clock. Super impressed with Micheal and his color usage here. He had started with such darkness in the bottom of the canvas and a lot of weight at the bottom of the canvas in his initial execution in the first few minutes, and we've really seen him be able to maintain that weight at the bottom of the canvas in the composition, but also bring some color in there to harmonize that piece.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is phenomenal. Well done, guys. Voting is open. The app, and you can start to vote. We're going to now move the paintings through to the auction. The bar here. And in the next 10 minutes, ladies and gentlemen, we'll have Megan, who had no idea she was painting today.
All right. Now is your time to vote. Vote at artbattle.com/vote, and all of these pieces are also available for a silent auction. You don't need to be at the event to purchase any of the work that you're seeing created tonight. The top two artists from this round and the top two artists from the next qualifying round will move into the third and final showdown. So who do you want to see paint again? Whose artwork do you feel has earned their place in the final from this round? We are seeing some work that was created in Squamish, BC, Canada last night. This is our auction website. In just a moment, we will be viewing some of the works that were created in round number 1 of Art Battle Johannesburg. We are just getting ready for round number 2 in Art Battle Johannesburg. We will have another 6 artists stepping up to the easel here today for you in just a few minutes. We are just getting everything reset at the venue. The artists are making their palettes. We are switching over from round number 1's awesome art into round number 2 blank canvases that are primed and ready. We will be back for round number 2 in Art Battle Johannesburg in just a few moments.
Easel number 3. At easel number 3 is an artist that specializes in colorful paintings of animals in the natural world, while having the skill to also literally ticking off your preferred artist. Literally ticking off your preferred artist. Please only do this once. It really would be preferred. It gives us an accurate description of who wins. So please just go through to the artist, enjoy the art, and we're going to try and fix this app as soon as possible. Thank you.
Okay, we officially have 20 minutes on the clock for this round number 2 taking place in Johannesburg. This is Johannesburg's first ever art battle event, so all of these artists are brand new to the easel. Super exciting. Can't wait to see what everybody creates. We just had round number 1 where we had 6 artists competing. The top 2 from that round will move forward into a final showdown, a third round where they will paint again. And also the top 2 from this round happening right now will be moving on to the final. And it is your job as audience members to help us choose which artists those are going to be. So make sure that you register to vote at artbattle.com/vote. All right, so we have this artist creating some beautiful washiness with this kind of pastel rose tone, and then looks like there's a sketch going on. This is Nico Salanga, and they are known for creating these really beautiful, emotional, contemplative faces. Kind of emerging from brushstrokes. So really excited to see what she does here. And here we are with Sally Rumball. And looks like Sally is creating possibly an close-up animal portrait. And she's really well known for her portrayals of animals. So can't wait to see where that goes. We can see that she has her printed reference there. Really interesting composition in terms of how this piece is framed with one of the eyes being totally cut off. Very interesting. Don't think that I've seen that composition before. Okay, and here we are with Sleepy Joe Tong, who is known for creating illustrative works that are very intuitive. It's a very flow-based process for Sleepy Joe. He's just creating and going with the flow of where the composition takes him, where the energy of the room takes him. So right now we're seeing him working on a figure in black and white. And often Sleepy Joe is working in dry media. So seeing him working with paint is something that's interesting today. And here we are with Petros. And Petros likes to capture small moments of emotion from everyday life. And we are just about 4 minutes into the competition here, and so far this piece is looking very abstract, and we're used to seeing figurative work from Petros, so we will see where this goes. And here we are with our wild card. Our wild card's name is Megan. And if you are unfamiliar with the wild card at Art Battle, it's a really exciting thing that we love to do. We like to keep one easel open in the competition and ask all of the artists who are at the event that are not scheduled already and booked already to paint if they want to put their names into a hat for a draw for a chance to take that last easel. So Megan has been drawn at random from that selection of names and has been thrown into the competition. So we often see lots of improvisational work from our wildcard artists because they don't really have time to pre-plan. Here we are with Ryan Sarah. Ryan describes his work as being rooted in street art and being inspired by the neo-expressionist artist Basquiat. And we can definitely see elements of that in this piece that he's executing now. We're getting kind of some cubist elements. Just seeing that pop of red. That is so clean. The execution here is just so precise. And here we are with Nico Salanga. And wow, this is starting to emerge in a way that I totally was unprepared for. And I'm thinking that it's possible that this is two characters in an embrace. And I love the way that she has created this frame of color within the canvas. Really interesting compositional strategy there. And we can see that she's working with a really small brush to just kind of push and hone that painting a little bit. And here we are with Sally Rumball again. And looks like Sally's doing some dry brushing work to really get the texture of the fur on this animal here. Loving this dry brushing technique, really allowing Sally to create some softness in the fur here. So we are starting to approach the halfway mark of this competition. So make sure that you out there in the audience go to artbattle.com/vote and register to vote. The top two artists from this round will be moving on to the final showdown. And here we are with Sleepy Joe, and this figure is extending possibly a piece of paper or a cup. Really interesting here. This artist is creating quite a narrative for us. And now we can see that he's starting to add in a collar there. Originally, I had anticipated that this figure would be nude, but looks like we're getting some clothing in here now. Wow, very interesting work from Petros. We are seeing what looks like some dancing characters. This execution is so cool. I'm just really loving the way that Petros is executing this. There's a lot of angularity in this composition because of the way that it's being painted with a palette knife, but there's also still some softness, which I think is coming through in the palette with the way that he laid this lilac underneath as his base color. Here we are back with Megan, our wild card, who looks like she's executing a floral, and great usage of the darks here. We're seeing that Megan has filled most of the canvas with black, and then has crept that up right to the flower and is using the white of the canvas to create the vibrancy for her flower. So great technique here from Megan, our wild card. Here we are back with Ryan, and Ryan's execution of this piece is just so specific. Has done such a great job of keeping the clarity of these lines here, and now we're seeing that he is just edging his background color up right to the figure. We have about 8 minutes remaining on this round number 2 competition. Ryan is working with a paint marker to bring back some of the sharpness into those lines. Always difficult to be working over top of and right up against wet paint, but Ryan definitely looks like he knows what he's doing. And here we are back with No Salanga and this beautiful tender portrait. Just such an interesting expression of so much softness. The softness of the emotional quality of this piece, but also it's executed in a pretty visceral way. We're seeing some really vibrant color works. Just really enjoying how much this piece communicates emotionally. Wow, the softness that Sally has been able to achieve with this fur is just gorgeous. And again, a lot of that is because of this dry brushing technique and the glowing orbs of this animal's eyes. It must be a puma or a cheetah or something, but it is really, really gorgeous the way that that's been executed. Here we are back with Sleepy Joe Tong. Very interesting narrative here. Definitely telling a story with this piece. We're seeing kind of this land division here and a figure reaching out. And the figure also has kind of a Byzantine saintly orb around their head. Lots going on in this piece. Just so stunned by this piece by Petros. The movement, the sense of movement here is just so wonderful. And that is definitely because of the knife work and all of the different directionality of those stroke applications with that knife. Very, very cool. Here we are with Megan, our wild card. And she's done a great job getting vibrancy out of this flower. Very well thought out way of approaching creating this flower by leaving the white space of the canvas to help establish that vibrancy of color and then painting the black right up towards it. Great use of contrast here. Here we are with Ryan here, who has chosen to work on the ground. I'm thinking maybe he's getting a little bit more of a steady hand working on the ground here with the markers. And also it can be a lot of fun for the audience when an artist is working on the ground, because there's almost a final reveal moment that's really fun when the artist puts their piece back up on the canvas. We have about 4 minutes remaining in this round. So if you are out there in the internet, head over to artbattle.com/vote, where you will help us choose the winning artist. The top 2 artists from this round will be moving on to a third and final round. Really enjoying the addition of these flowers here. Nico Salanga has done such a great job of creating a really interesting piece compositionally. She has created this kind of bounding box around her figures in this orange color, and then has broken the lines of those with this spray of green and then the florals on the side. And I love seeing that. It's so unconventional, but it's communicating in such a great way. Seeing Sally just putting the final touches into her animal portrait there. Loving the addition of that highlight in the eye. Here we are back with Sleepy Joe. Our wonderful crowd at Art Battle Johannesburg. Everyone having a really great time. So happy to be here our very first event in Johannesburg. And these artists have just 1 minute remaining on the clock. Really exciting time for the artists making their final decisions, their final brush marks, and for the audience as well. I really love the way that Ryan has created this texture in certain areas of this fractured portrait. There's really interesting compartments going on that each have their own different flavor. Some are red, some are textured. And back with Nico Salanga here.
Ladies and gentlemen, a big round of applause. Amazing work, guys. Really amazing work. A big round of applause, guys. Thank you very, very much. We're going to be moving this art into just by the bar here. The voting is still manual. Please.
Voting is manual.
We've got 10 minutes for this round to be voted.
Mother's what?
Mother's love. The winners for both rounds.
Mother's love is the best now. Yeah.
Thank you.
All right, a great round of live competitive painting, our second round out of 3 in Art Battle Johannesburg. These artists have done just such a great job, such a different array of styles within this 6-artist round. It will be very difficult for the crowd to choose which artists they want to move forward. The top 2 artists from round number 1 and round number 2 will be moving on to a final showdown, our final round number 3, and they will have another 20 minutes and another blank canvas in front of them. So if you are loving any of these artists, make sure that you vote for them and vote for who you want to see paint again. We will be back in just a few minutes as we reset for round number 3 in Art Battle Johannesburg. Our artists are just getting ready for round number 3 at the venue. We are getting to reset for our final 4 artists. The votes are pouring in. Can't wait to see who has made it to the top and who we will see paint again in Art Battle Johannesburg. We are just getting ready and counting the votes as they are coming in for round number 2, and we will be announcing shortly which artists have made it to the third and final showdown. here we are in Art Battle Johannesburg, just getting ready for round number 3, our final showdown of the top 4 artists of the night. Just resetting the easels and getting ready to announce our winning artists, who we will see paint again in a 20-minute final round with a new blank canvas. One artist will be crowned the winner of this event.
Please go to the artist's space and prepare for your final round. We will be starting painting in 5 minutes. Thank you very much. Hey everyone!
What's up? What's up? What's up? Guys, listen, this is the biggest hidden secret in this right now. We are space. We are going to space.
I don't think
In Johannesburg. I'm going to tell you something serious right now. We are music in space. Literally in space. We are going to space. Moses Mapida. Yeah?
I don't think they understand.
I think you guys don't understand what I'm talking about. They don't. They don't, man. Guys. Performance. I think you guys don't understand what I'm talking about. They don't. They don't, man. www.musicinspace.com. Definitely follow us. It's going to be amazing. We are doing this thing for public benefit. KZN floods, global warming. We are about the good stuff, guys. Come on, let's go. Come on. Thank you so much, guys.
All right, thank you very, very much. All right.
KZN floods, global warming. We are about the good stuff, guys. Come on, let's go. Come on. Thank you so much, guys.
All right, thank you very, very much. All right.
And record futhi bazokhuluma ngayo state.
We are just getting ready and resetting for round number 3 in Art Battle Johannesburg. Our artists are just resetting their palettes, getting their paint ready, shaking off their nerves, and getting ready to show down in the final with another 20 minutes on the clock. One artist will be voted forward as the winner of this event.
What magic are you gonna do? What magic? Alright. Yeah. I think you're gonna win.
Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Roxanne, for Micheal, for Kirsty, for Dumisani, for Leigh, for Monique, for Ryan, for Nkosilungile, for Joe, and for Petros. I know.
Make it hard, Mama.
Human being. So she is someone who is bitching going to be on stage.
Getting ready for round number 3 of Art Battle in Johannesburg. Our winning artists from round number 1 and round number 2 have been announced. It looks like we're going to have an artist using someone from the audience as a live reference. Some life drawing action there. Always love that.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4.
All right, let's paint. Officially 20 minutes on the clock for round number 3, the final round of Art Battle Johannesburg, our very first event in Johannesburg. So all of these artists are first-time finalists, first-time battlers. Really exciting event going on, and some really wicked art here today. At easel number 1, we have Ryan Shaba, who is an artist who describes himself as being influenced by the neo-expressionist artist Basquiat, and we definitely saw that influence was evident in Ryan's qualifying piece. And here we are with Petros mwenga, and Petros did just an absolutely stunning landscape that was very painterly in its execution. Seeing some gorgeous bright yellows being applied there. And here we are with Roxanne, who is using a live model as her reference. Really exciting stuff happening here. We love having a model on the stage, of course. The crowd, you can see, is gathered around her easel and is really engaged with that. Ryan's second piece is taking a similar approach to his first round piece, starting with this paint marker usage and creating kind of this cubist execution here. Here we are with Petros, again with this beautiful knife technique, and we can see him angling the knife and using different areas of the knife to create different stroke marks. We're seeing these broad applications using the face of the knife, and then using the edge to create these very small, straight, linear drawing lines. Great technique here. And here we are with Micheal Selekane. And it was my mistake. Micheal is the artist who did that gorgeous landscape in round number 1 that got him voted forward to round number 2, or the final round. And we can see Roxanne has started sketching her life drawing here. And now is adding some black lines around the exterior of the body. And again, we are seeing Ryan transitioning his canvas to the ground. Here we are back with Micheal with another glorious and colorful landscape. And it looks like this landscape actually is matching Michael's shirt. Gotta love that. And here we are seeing Roxanne's progression of her live model drawing. This person must be brave to be up on the stage like this. Our honorary competitor here. And once again, we're seeing Roxanne using this same monochromatic technique. And back to Ryan here, very similar in style to his first round piece. Loving the way that he's created these little cubist compartments. And the way that he's filling these in. So this definitely at this point is communicating that it's a companion piece to the first round. One that Ryan did, and this one seems to be a little bit looser here we are with Petros. And wow, the movement of these dancers is just so well communicated with the directionality of these knife strokes here. Really wonderful way of painting from Petros, very movement centric. We're really getting the immediacy of these dancers' movements here, captured in still time. And here we are back with Micheal. Just layering in these greens and neutrals, just kind of colliding into each other, blending those in directly on the canvas. Loving this very yellow-green here. It's so complementary to the more neutral browns that he's using. We are just about halfway through the round with 10 minutes left on the clock. So these artists have spent their first half of the final round establishing their ideas, planning out their compositions, and now we will be seeing them honing these in the last final 10 minutes. Hopefully they have established enough in the first 10 minutes. Art Battle is definitely a game of strategy of how you're choosing to build your piece and the techniques that you employ. The first 10 minutes, I would say, are the most important because you're really establishing how the piece is going to be going. You want to use your first 10 minutes to establish the piece, get most of your larger portions done, and then your final 10 minutes working through and honing and really finalizing your creation. Roxanne just working into the shading of her character, and we have yet to see her place a head on this figure. So I'm wondering if she is going to be doing something similar to her first round piece, where we saw her obscure the face of her figure at the very last minute. Loving the addition of this golden yellow from Ryan here into different compartments of this Cubist piece. So specific in its execution. Very tight line work there. Great job, Ryan. And here we are with Petros. And this beautiful loose style here. Petros' application technique is just so wonderful, and he's used such a great choice of color in the background here, just creating so much contrast between the figures and the foreground. We're just getting these gorgeous rolling hills from Micheal here. And we can see from his reference that this is so close to the reference, but also still maintaining a very painterly feel. Micheal is not pursuing a photorealistic representation of his reference, definitely is adding in that painterly flair by abstracting certain elements with brushstrokes. And talking about abstracting certain elements, Roxanne here has done what we believed that she would do, which was obscuring the face of the figure here. And we're seeing her mixing up lots of white paint, starting to work into that negative space that she has around the figure now. I am absolutely loving the application technique from Ryan here. The different textures and colors going on in all of these different compartments of this cubist portrait. And it looks like there's almost like a little martini glass or something included in this composition. And in addition to that, with the palette, it's definitely giving me mid-century vibes, mid-century modern. Here we are back with Petros and more honing of this beautiful movement of these dancers here. Just seeing the colorful outfits that they're wearing, just bouncing with the movement of the dancers. Such a wonderful job creating a static image that communicates the sensation of movement so well. The addition of the yellow here into the cooler elements of green is just really warming up this composition and really is communicating a sense of sun on the landscape. I really feel like I'm here gazing into the majesty of this landscape. It's just gorgeous. And just going into the final 3 minutes of our competition, we can see Ryan is just putting his final touches on this piece. Loving the way that Petros, we're seeing him working with his palette, and he's picking up multiple colors at once on the knife, which I think is helping him to achieve the striations in so many of these marks. And the mixing is actually happening as it's being applied. So he's not pre-mixing colors on the canvas, or sorry, on the palette. It's actually mixing into each other as it's dragged across with those knife marks on the canvas. And now we can see that Petros is just adding some weight into the bottom of the canvas here. Definitely more of an expressionist style with the execution of this landscape from Micheal. So impressed with Ryan and just the tightness of the execution here. really well communicating his style. He has listed himself as being inspired by Basquiat, but Ryan absolutely is still maintaining a very individual style on his own to himself. And now we can see Roxanne is attacking the canvas on the ground with these spatters of that same green that she used in her first piece. So the first piece was definitely communicating a more feminine vibe, and this companion piece is definitely male. And she's harmonizing the two with a similar palette, bringing the monochrome in and also using that same green. So these two pieces would definitely hang well together.
Okay, that's it. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Okay, that's it. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. We're going to be taking this artwork and we're going to be putting it by the auction area. Please come through and vote.
Okay, we have just ended our final round of Art Battle Johannesburg. Congratulations to these 4 awesome artists. We had Ryan, Sarah, Roxanne Skeet, Petros Mwenga, and Micheal Selekane. An incredible performance, 2 awesome paintings that they've been asked to create today, and they absolutely killed it. The audience is now voting. 1 artist will emerge the winner of this event. We are just counting the votes for the final round. Let's take a quick check at the auction and see how that is doing. While we wait, we will be back in just a few minutes with the winner announcement.
BK. Coffee. Oh my man.
Simply suitable, and the more and more we share, the better we all care. We don't go wrong, and together we'll be unstoppable. Yeah! All right, now for music and space. Yeah! Have a good one, everybody! Unstoppable, yeah! All right, now for music and space, yeah! Have a good one, everybody! Roxanne, round one. This is the piece here on the easel, ladies and gentlemen. The piece on the easel. I'm going to start the bidding in literally 2 minutes. Give me for this evening, and the finalists will be announced shortly. So, for someone who would like this piece, we're starting at 50,000 now. We're starting at 100 Rand. Anyone for 100 Rand? I've got 100, I've got 200 Rand. Anyone for 200? For 300 Rand? For 300? For 400 Rand? Anyone for 400? I've got 400. Anyone for 500? Come on, ladies and gentlemen, some love. 500, 600 Rand. We've got 6, 7. How about 8? We've got 800 Rand. Anyone for 8? Okay, so 1,000. Anyone for 1,000 Rand, ladies and gentlemen? We've got 1,000. Alright, so 1,200. Am I seeing 1,200? I've got 1,000 on the table, 1,200. Got 1,200. 1,300, ladies and gentlemen. Anyone for 1,300? I've got 1,200 on the table. I've got 1,300 on the table. Alright, we seem to be outbidding each other. So I've got anyone who wants to bid for 1,400. Keep going, ladies, don't be scared. 1,400, anyone? 1,350. Ladies and gentlemen, 1,300. Okay, going once. Okay, got it. 1,350. Anyone now? 1,400. We're there. I love it. These two are going for it. Okay, 100,500. We've got 1,500 on the corner here. We've got 1,500. 1,600. Anyone for 1,700? 1,700. Okay, we're going once for 1,006. Going twice for 1,006. 7 for 1,007 in the back. Thank you, sir. We're on 1,700. 1,000 wants to go. We've got 1,800. All right, we're at 1,800. Ladies and gentlemen, 1,009. Anyone for 1,009? Oh, there we go. We're 1,009. Amazing. 1,000. Anyone for 2,000? Okay, 1,009 for going twice. So is that your camera phone app or is that a bid? 1,009 going 3 times. Sold. Sold to the lady over there. How much? We will have Doral come through. Okay, so the next piece is here in front of me, in the middle here. It's Michael. Okay, finalist. Michael was also a finalist. Ladies and gentlemen, let's start for Michael. Alright, I've got 100 Rand somewhere. Michael, come on, ladies and gentlemen, don't be scared. Show us some love. 100 Rand, 100 Rand here, thank you very much. I've got 150, 200 Rand, ladies and gentlemen, 300 Rand. We will get 400 Rand. Bidding for 400, we've got 400, 500 Rand. We're currently sitting at, yep, we've got 500. Going until we've got 700. Anyone bidding for 700 Rand? 7 men with the man with the blue shirt. We're going to 1,000. Anyone? 1,000. We've got the 100 sitting at 1,100. In front here. 1,300. Come on, ladies. Today, I'll even get the artist and you to take a picture. 1,500. 1,300. Anyone for 1,500? 1,500 for the switch. Gentlemen, or you just waving? Okay, 1,006, 1,007, 1,007, sir. Anyone? Very much. Go. Was so please. Anyone in Then rand. For 400 immediately. Anyone for 800 rand? That's all right. Going 17. 8,000. Anyone for 1,100? You got 1,000. Thank you very much. So 1,300. 200. 1,300. Congratulations. 200. 1,100 at the moment. 1,200. Thank you very much. So anyone for 1,300? Anyone for 1,300? Don't be scared. We've got 1,200 going once. 1,300 going twice. 1,200 going 3 times. Thank you very much, sir. Congratulations. Thank you. Please. Thank you very much, sir. Really appreciate your support. All right, we're going to swap out the images and we're going to sell the next 3. Thank you.
At least virtual is more important. Make it 3. What's your max?
Round 1. Ryan is a finalist, so let's start off at 100 rand. Anyone for 100 rand for Ryan's work? There we go, 100 rand, 200 rand. Anyone for 200 rand? Got 200 rand on that side, 300 rand. 300 rand, 400 rand, sir. Anyone for 500? I've got 500 rand here, which is also, I'm waiting for that too. That's 500 rand for us. Anyone who wants to go 600, please? Anyone for 600 rand? Come on, there we go. 1,000 rand. Thank you very much, sir. 1,200. Anyone for 1,200 rand? 1,200. Thank you very much, sir. 1,300 rand. Anyone for 1,300 rand? Here we go. 1,300 for us. Anyone for 1,400, please? Anyone? Anyone for 1,400 rand? I thought we were going to make money at this event, clearly we're not. Anyone for 1,400? Thank you very much, sir. Thank you. You too, please. 1,500. Thank you. 1,500. Thank you very much. 1,600, sir. 1,700. Anyone for 1,700? I'm currently sitting at 1,600. 1,700. Anyone? I'm looking at 1,600. 1,600 going once.
2,000.
2,000, sir. Absolutely amazing. Guys, these are real artists. They didn't just wake up today and start deciding to paint today. These are real artists. So please support them. 2,000. Anyone for 2,100? Sir? 2,200 in the corner there. Thank you very much, sir. Anyone for 2,300? Anyone for 2,300? 2,200 going once. 2,200, 2,300. 2,300. Anyone for 2,400? 2,500. Sir, thank you very much. 2,500. Thank you very much. Sir, anyone for 2,600? Currently at 2,500. Going once. Anyone for 2,600? Please don't. Please don't. Stop it. Stop it from drinking. Stop it from... 2,500. Sir, we're 2,500. Once. Was it 2,700? Was it 2,700? What are you at? 2,500. Sitting at 2,500. Going once. Going twice. 2-6. I've got 2-6 going. Anyone for 2-7, sir? 2-7. Got 2-7. Amazing. Thank you very much. Sitting at 2-7. Going once. Going twice. 3 times. Thank you very much, sir. Congratulations. Thank you very much. Amazing. Really, really amazing. All right. So I've got Nkosi sitting in the middle here. She was also part of the first round. So we're going to start this off 100 rand. Anyone for 100 rand from Nkosi's painting? This is the painting in the middle here. Anyone for 100 rand? Even a small support. There we go. Thank you. 100 rand. Anyone for 200 rand? Anyone for 200 rand? Here we go. 200 rand. Anyone for 300? We've got 300 in the back there. Anyone for 400? Anyone for 400 in the corner there? Thank you. Anyone for 500? Was that 500? Thank you, sir. Anyone for 600 rand? Anyone for 600 rand? That's amazing. We've got 500 at the moment. 600 over there. Anyone for 700 rand? Guys, you're sitting at 600 in the corner over there. Anyone for 700 rand? 600 rand. We're currently 600. Going once. Anyone for 700? Last chance. Going twice for 600 in the corner there. Last chance. Sold for 600 rand. Thank you very much. Thanks, man. All right, guys. So we've got 600 to the there. All right. So the next artist again, Sally, who was, I believe, in the first round. She literally also just didn't make it through by a couple of votes. Sally's image. If I can have someone of my team just come and hold that image up so people can see it. Almost like a boxer, round number 2. Okay. Just come through here.
Morgan,
Right,
my
so
other phone is off,
I'm going for 100 rand. Anyone?
so I can't chat.
300 rand. I've got 300 rand for this painting at the moment. Anyone else want to go to 400 rand? 400 rand. Hopefully your mom's going to be happy with that. So we're on 400 rand at the moment. Anyone wants to go to 500? 500, sir. Thank you very much. Anyone goes to 600 rand? Anyone wants to go for 600? But 600, they're putting against each other. I like it. Anyone for 700 rand? We've got 700 rand. Anyone for 800 rand? Ma'am, 800 rand, thank you very much. Anyone for 900 rand? Anyone for, was it 900? Thank you very much. Anyone for 1,000 rand? Are we, sir, have you, no, we've got 900 rand currently, 900 rand, ma'am. We're sitting at 9, is that 1,000 or is it 900? Yeah. 1,000. That's 1,000 rand, so we've got 1,000 rand supporting this, 900 or 1,000? Anyone for 1,100? Anyone for 1,100? Thank you very much, sir. 1,200? Anyone for 1,200? We're doing it 1,100. Going once. 1,100 going twice. 1,100. Sold to you, sir. Thank you very much. Thank you for your support. Gerald will come and take your details. Thank you. We're going to bring the next couple of paintings for auction. Thank you very much.
Yes, amazing.
Glass of wine.
Yes.
Glass of wine.
This painting here for me is super special because Megan, when she arrived here today, was just going to be a participant, and well, not a participant, just someone to enjoy the show. She actually stood up and was the wild card today. So I really want to see some love for Megan's painting. Please can we start at 100 rand? Anyone? There we go, 100 rand. 200 rand. Anyone for 200 rand? Anyone for 300 rand for this painting from Megan? 300 rand. She didn't arrive here thinking she might make money, so please, let's support her on that at least. 300 rand. I've got 200 rand currently. Anyone for 300 rand? 200 rand. 250 rand. Anyone for 250? I've got 200 rand. It's giveaway going once. 200 rand going twice. 200 rand going 3 times. I've sold it. Well done, man. Thank you very much for that support. Congratulations. I think you paid for Megan's drinks. Congratulations. Guys, please, if you want, the artists are around. Let's find them, go and take a picture with them, with the art that you've bought, please. There's a story behind that. They are here. We will pull them up shortly. Alright. So, Sleepy Joe. This for me is an absolutely stunning image. Can I please start off with 100 rand? Anyone for 100 rand? I've got 100 rand, 200 rand, anyone for 200 rand? This image here in the middle here. 200 rand, anyone? I've got a waiver over that side. I've got 100 rand at the moment. Alright, so 100 rand going once. You're going to get it, going twice. Okay, we've got 200 rand on this side from Craig. Thank you very much, sir. 200 rand. Please can I have someone just hold this up so people can see it? The middle one here. Alright, they're also, we've got 200 rand from Craig at the moment. 200 rand. Anyone wants for 300 rand? Anyone's going to bid for 300 rand for this? 200 rand going once. 300 rand, thank you very much, sir. 300 rand. Anyone for 400 rand? Anyone for 400 rand? 300 rand going once. Anyone for 400? Twice. 3 times, sir. Thank you very much. Really appreciate the support. That's 300 rand. Thank you very much. Alright, so this is a finalist. This is a finalist piece. Not a finalist piece, but this was an artist that went through to the final. This is Petros. We're going to start off with 200 rand, ladies and gentlemen. 200 rand, we've got 200, we've got 300, anyone for 300? 300 in the back, anyone for 400? Ma'am, 400 rand, 500 rand, anyone for 500? Ma'am, that's 500. 600 rand, anyone for 600? I've got the lady in the back with the green for 500, anyone for 600? Folks, this is proper art, 600 rand, thank you very much. 700 rand, sir, you do 6, ma'am, you want to go to 7? Okay, we had 600 rand, 600 rand at the moment, 7. We've got 7. Anyone for 8? Anyone for 800 rand? 8, here we go. Anyone for 900 rand? 900 rand? 2 for 900. I'm going to give it to you for now. Anyone for 1,000? Anyone for 1,000 rand? 999. 1,000 rand? Anyone for 1,000? We're sitting up. You have got it already. I can give it to you for 1,000. You're on 1,000, man. So you're on 1,000 rand for the moment, 1,100. And 1,100, anyone for 1,100, as I said. So, thank you, 1,100. We're carrying for 1,200. Anyone for 1,200? Folks, I've got the artists here. We're going to be signing this. Anyone for 1,200? I'm currently sitting on 1,100 for the gentleman over there. Going once on 1,100. Anyone for 1,200?
Spaceman has not gone yet.
1,200, thank you very much, sir. 1,300. We're currently sitting on 1,200. Going once. 1,200 going twice. 1,300, thank you very much, sir. 1,300, anyone want to go to 1,4, sir? 1,4. We're sitting at 1,300 going once. 1,500, thank you very much, sir. We really do appreciate that. 1,500, anyone going higher than that? Going once in 1,500. Going twice in 1,500. Sir, you've got it. 1,500. Thank you very much. Please congratulate him. Thank you very much.
I should hide my white jacket.
It's weird.
Never got it, and my jersey is gone. Somebody lost it.
It's his story.
I wouldn't believe that.
It's a true story.
Probably not true. I wouldn't say. So exhausted.
It's his story.
I wouldn't believe that.
True, it's a true story.
Probably not true.
For 500 rand, I won't.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is from the artist Dumisani. He was in round number 1, I think. So 100 rand, anyone for 100 rand for Dumisani's art. We've got 100, anyone for 200 rand. 200 rand for this art piece. We've got 100 going at the moment, anyone for 200 rand. 100 rand. Now, is that pointing to the, yes. 100 rand going once, anyone for 200 rand. 100 going once, anyone for 200. Going twice. Going 3 times, sold. Thank you very much. Contribution is always appreciated. Thank you, ma'am. There we go, lady for 100 rand. Alright, so we've got Monique. Monique's painting, she was also in the first round. Monique's painting, are we looking for 100 rand? Anyone for 100?
Remove the fish.
I think that's actually good, right?
Monique.
Okay, please. Alright, so anyone for these paintings?
Yeah, I have my phone.
So painting, are we looking for 100 rand? Anyone for 100?
Remove the fish.
Monique.
I think that's actually good, right?
Monique.
Okay, please. Alright, so anyone for these painting, we've got it at 100 rand.
I've 5,000
Are you putting for 100 rand? 300, we've got 300 in the corner over there. 300 rand, anyone for more than 300? 400 rand? We've got 300 going once. 300 going twice. Salt, Sally over there for 300 rand. Thank you very much, Sally. Very cool, thank you. Okay, fantastic. Now I think this is Monique's painting. It's hope. Okay, and I've got someone jumping up here, so she's up for 1,000, no? Okay, 100 rand. First for 100 rand, we've got 100 rand, we've got 200 rand. Anyone 300 rand on the back page? 400, 500. 600 in the back there. Anyone for 700? Anyone for 7? Got 700 rand over there. Anyone for 8? 8's in the back there.
900.
900 rand. Anyone for 1,000? 1,100. Anyone for more than 1,000? 1,200. We got 1,200, 1,300. Anyone for 1,000? I've got 1,200 over there. Anyone for 1,300? 1,200 going once. 1,300 over there. 1,300. Thank you very much. Anyone for 1,400? 1,300? 1,000 going once, 1,300 going 1,500, very amazing, thank you very much. Cool, we like that. So 1,500 for the moment, going once. Any more than 1,500 twice? 3 times, it's yours, man. Thank you very much for 1,500. Congratulations, thank you very, very much. Okay, I think we've got one more of this round, and then we're going to announce the finalists of the competition and the winner.
Yo, Macy. Yo.
Finalists that you see in front of us, so bring the big butts.
Yeah, Morgan, we're doing the finalists now. My phone is dead. I'm not going to chat to you.
Okay, so those of you who want to save a little bit of money, Roxanne's image goes with a little spice to it. The model, which was Hugo, if you buy the painting, you're also buying a date with Hugo for dinner. All right. It can go non-binary. Non-binary, so it's up for anyone. Sorry, Hugo. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So before we sell these four beautiful paintings, I really just want to once again congratulate the artists, all of them. Please put a big hand together. For the artists who came today. I think today was the exceptional first event. We are going to be doing this on the 11th of June, so please put it in your diaries. So,
we are there.
Let me now come in number 3. The person who came in third. Give a big hand, gentlemen. Ryan came in third. These votes have been Alright, so the next person in for second and literally losing by 2 votes. We've got Roxanne is number 2. And ladies and gentlemen, the winner of Art Battle, the first event here in South Africa, is Petros. Congratulations, Petros. Absolutely amazing. Please come up. Really, congratulations. Is Petros. Congratulations, Petros. Absolutely amazing. Please come up, Petros. Please come up. Really, congratulations.
Thank you very much for voting for me. It's an honor. Thank you.
Yeah, so let's.
Thank you very much for voting for me. It's an honor. Thank you.
money where our hearts are and let's do some voting. 600 at the moment, anywhere to 700. 600. 700 rand for this piece over here. Put our money where our
All right, and we have our winner announcement for Art Battle Johannesburg. A huge congratulations to Petros Mwenga, winner of the first ever Art Battle event in Johannesburg. Very excited for Petros. He is such a talented artist, just absolutely floored with his ability to capture movement in such an expressive way. So congratulations to Petros Mwenga, and also a huge congratulations and thank you to all of our artists who painted in this event today, Art Battle Johannesburg. And thank you so much for sharing your talent in this tournament of skill and creativity and courage. We are so grateful to you. Art Battle wouldn't happen without the artists. And congrats also to our team on the ground in Johannesburg on a very successful first event. We will be back in just a few